I'm Huples Cat. I'm going to go out for about a 2-hour walk in the rain, show you bits of it. I have a little cover for my backpack and I'm going to go out there and enjoy myself. So come along, this will be very short and hopefully beautiful. When you start on any hike, biking or any activity, start slow, go real slow, relax, enjoy it. Allow the body to warm up. The older the body, the longer warm up. Be aware in May, June, July and August and even sometimes September, if you are in Canada and you're in the wilds, nowhere near a city, you're going to encounter bug life, and the bug life is going to try and feed off you. And it's worse when it's wet, and it's quite wet today. So I'm going to suit up now and go on to my next point. We've had solid dry weather for several weeks, so this is actually passable. It's just the surface that's mud. But if we had rain like this for more than a day or two, this is a quagmire. And as you can see, the trail is an actual trail. This is used by snowmobiles and ATVs year round. It's not an official trail. It's not on the official map. Landowners around, like Kitty and her sister, allow this to be here. And it's been here for years and years. And it's an essential route for a lot of people in the winter, because a lot of cottages haven't got ploughed, and some people are year round, like we are. So wherever you are, if you've got access to ATV, snowmobile or mountain bike trails or just normal hiking trails, figure out where they are, go on them, explore, go off trail if you can safely do so. Figure out how to move around your local environment without having to use roads or bypassing towns and villages using stuff like this. Anyway, onwards for me. If you can, use hills both up and down, it's great exercise. If you live in the flatlands, find a car parking garage that's safe. Go up and down the ramps when you can safely do so. Always have more water than you need. Always vary your pacing once you've warmed up. You want to go slow, you want to go fast, you want to go on corners, you want to go straight down the middle. You don't want to have the same speed and same repetition of flow on your legs for every point. Where you can safely do so, speed it up. And when you need to slow down, or avoid obstacles, do so. Always have more water than you need. By the way, this is not for dramatic effects. It's very voracious, and I'm having gloves on because I'm actually getting bitten. Because I'm actually getting bitten on this hand while I'm filming. To make these flow better, do that. So this probably doesn't look comfortable, and it's not wonderfully comfortable. What it is, it's beautiful, and it's getting out on a rainy day I wouldn't otherwise get out on, and getting bug bitten all over my hand. Okay, I think that's it for this. I'm gonna head to the road. That'll be the first 2 miles done. An obstacle. Now obviously when rocks are wet, the fall hazard's a lot bigger than when they're dry. So have appropriate foot gear on that you've tested and know is stable in the wet. And I use a stick. Now people use 2 sticks, people you buy their own sticks. I have sticks, walking sticks, professional ones, and they're really good, and I use them in the winter. They're awesome, and I probably would use them on a flat, hilly trail if I was going a long, long way. Well, this kind of thing, I just find fallen, not alive, fallen, dead fall, make myself a little stick and then leave it at either end, and then just use it just for this section. All right, got another big hill coming up, a huge down and a huge up. I'll spare you that one. Around here in the now, if any trees come down on snowmobile, ATV, trails, roads, the locals within half an hour to an hour out there with their big diesel trucks and gasoline chainsaws and deal with them. This one has been left, and I think it's kind of cool because they've been actually chopping the trees off the trail all the way along, but they left this one, and I don't blame them. It makes it exciting. Let's be exciting. Not the safest thing to do, but there you go. And we're through. Now as I get closer to the road, it becomes gravelled, because there's cottages here, and eventually I hit the road and I'm going to do a road section. So altogether this is going to be about 5 to 6 miles of walking for me, with a lot of hills. With hydration, you want to hydrate before you leave. On conditions like this where it's about 21 centigrade, overcast, not much wind, Plan on using per person about 1 litre of water an hour. Deer flies, hate them. If it was sunny today, if there was no cloud coverage, I think you'd be looking at probably 2 litres an hour. In really bad conditions, really hot, humid conditions where you're exercising hard, like you're trying really fast walking because you're frightened, you can leave 3 to 4 litres an hour. Plan on that. Okay, I better put the gloves on, I'm getting swarmed. So I bought an actual raincoat in case the pouring down happens that's supposed to happen. But it's so nice to be able to undo the hood and take gloves off. It really is something you will not be able to defeat the bugs in Canada by using DEET or anything, musk oil, anything you use. In conditions like this where it's wet, they'll find you. The only thing you can do is wear a bug suit. Now a bug suit saves you money because you're not spraying chemicals as much, and it also protects you from cancer because you're not spraying cancer causing agents into your mouth and nose and the air. So it makes sense to have a decent bug suit. These now cost 75 Canadian plus tax. And I don't have the trousers because I wear bug-proof trousers anyway. But you might want to consider getting 1 or 2 of these for each member of your party if you are going to go or live anywhere near forest area. Once gasoline stops getting burned, once people stop spraying, once council stop spraying, once the pollution stop going into the rivers and lakes, what you're going to see is what we have here. Huge amounts of no-see-ums, deer flies and mosquitoes. You will get ripped apart, eaten alive. Do have really good quality anti-bug sprays because you're going to need them. Have them in quantity. But do have a manual method of avoiding having to use them where you're going to be uncomfortable but not bitten. And figure out how you're going to actually proof your rooms from the ingress of mosquitoes in grid down. Because you're in a nice suburban area you live in with the ponds and the golf course and they spray it. Give it a year or 2 after grid down, you'll have mosquitoes coming in your house. And most people's houses aren't bug proof. Mine is. Without gasoline, these roads, these trails around you are going to be impassable within 6 months to a year because of tree fall. And then what happens is rivers and lakes and everything else feed under these roads and they actually erode quite quickly. Constant repair and the effort to actually keep these roads open is phenomenal, much more than you might appreciate. So if you've gone and got yourself a piece of land or a trailer or a bug out cottage or whatever, beware of the fact you're going to have to deal with bugs. Beware of the fact you're going to have to deal with lack of gasoline. Beware of the fact you're going to have to deal with roads and trails that have become impassable to any motorised vehicle quite quickly. And you will be quickly going back to what it used to be, which is ice skates as the primary means of travel on frozen rivers in the winter. That's when you actually met people and socialised and got married. Not in the summer. In the summer you were in your homestead struggling to get food to survive and dealing with horrific bugs. Now a whole bunch of people are going to watch this and they're going to make happy, useful suggestions like use hydro poles, hydroways. Yeah, hydroways are a great thing to use. Certainly a hydroway out of Newmarket when I lived there was definitely one of my plans. What are the hydroways like right now in Canada? That's a deer fly. Evil deer fly. Yeah, okay, so that's a hydroway. There's been a bit of fall from the windstorm, so they've tidied it up. But are you going to hike through that? I'm not. Really, I'm not. Now in the winter it's actually a lot easier to get around on foot through the bush. But this time of year, here's people driving along. Okay. Speaking of hydro crews, they're still cleaning up after the storm. Yeah, give pedestrians and bikes distance on roads like these, eh? You get some idiots driving around far too fast, end up in trees eventually. Just to bang on the point, that's another hydroway. You're not walking down there in the summer. I've done about half of my walk. I feel really good. I'm really happy I did this. For some strange reason the torrential rains have not hit. Maybe they will soon. Well, that's it for me. This is the last hill. Just under 2 hours, about 6 miles. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Have a great day. Get out there and do whatever you can sensibly and safely wherever you are. Don't be tied and limited to nothing. Toodles.